Hi there everyone, it's Gloria with Gloria B Resale, and I'm here to do a quick haul of clothing, and then at the end I'll throw in what sold last week. So I have not been doing clothing hauls very much, so these are just I might have picked up a couple things at a time as I shop for other things. So first thing was this Rods 100% rayon blouse. I'm not familiar with it. I just bought it on the style of it. It's a very sheer blouse. You would need a something under it. As you can see, it's very see-through. It's got a bow at the neck. It's got the rough edge lace sleeves. Very witchy core, which will probably be one of the words I use when listing it. And a couple ruffles at the bottom. So I thought that was very cute, so I picked it up. And again, mainly on style, and I paid the full price of $6.49 on it. Next item, this I picked up when I was down at Lancaster, and I don't pick up kids' clothes either very much, but I thought this was so cute and vintage, and I thought it was worth giving it a try. I paid $3.50 for it. It's a vintage heartstrings, size 14 jacket, and it's a hot pink, bubblegum pink quilted jacket with a green corduroy collar and cuff with a pink embroidered rose on each of the sides of the collar. I just thought this was adorable, and so I thought I would try it and see if I couldn't sell that, because Heartstrings also used to be a very good brand. I'm thinking probably about $35 for that. So we'll see. Next item was this Pure Jill, and it's just a jersey maxi dress with the floral. It's not even floral. It's like just a blot. I guess it is kind of a blurred floral. Kind of a blurred floral at the bottom, and then it goes up to less, and then to just plain blue. And did I say this was a size large? And the material is 60% cotton and 40% model rayon. Next item was this J. Jill floral cardigan. Let me give you the print in the back there. That's the print. It's 55% linen, 45% viscose, and it's a size medium. Next item was a vintage Talbots size 2. And this is a basic dress I think you can always wear. I mainly picked it up because it's 100% silk. So that was the reason I picked it up. And it's just kind of a coral color with the cross flap neck, V-neck, and just kind of a slightly flared skirt. It did at one time have a belt. It doesn't any longer. I might just cut those off, and because this is fine without a belt. I don't know if I would have chose to wear a belt with it anyway, but. And the size on that, if I did not say, was a size 2. The next item is a Lilly Pulitzer. Pink floral with the embroidered up the front and around the neckline with 2 pockets here on the side, front side. And this is a size 2. Next item, and that was $6.49 on that. And I believe on the silk dress that was half price, so that was $3.25, which was also a reason to not leave behind 100% silk. Next item is this very cute soft surrounding, size small, and this is a crushed velvet velour, embroidered front, 2 pocket, and I don't know, I don't know if this is a long, I would say it's a long top, but it's a size small, so it could be a dress. I'll put the measurements in and then figure it out from there. But I just thought it was very cute, the style of it. Very boho. Next item was just a Punxsutawney, PA shirt with the groundhog that I'm just getting to now. I'm pretty sure I had this before Groundhog Day, but that's fine. So, and that I paid the $6.49 for, so that should have been up in time, but it wasn't. So, what are you going to do, right? It'll go up now for next year or beforehand. I don't wait to put things up. I like to try once in a great while. If I have a whole bunch of things, I might, but I don't try to put things aside for a season because I'll forget when the season comes and it won't go up. And so I don't even try anymore. You know, maybe I can relist it at that time of year, but I just try to get things up whenever I have them. Like this won't wait. This will go up. It's a Woolrich roll neck sweater, 100%. I'm pretty sure this is 100% merino. 88% lamb's wool, 7% nylon, 5% acrylic. So 88% lamb's wool. And this is got a sled on the front. Just a nice sweater, basic. It's got the little design on the bottom of the sleeve. Very much a ski sweater or a sledding sweater. But I paid the, I feel like it was half price, but I can't remember. So we'll say $6.49. This one was half price. This is an Eddie Bauer sweater, 100% lamb's wool, with the mock turtleneck and the, I forget what you call this, an Icelandic design maybe? But, which is what I liked about it. I feel like these still sell the vintage Icelandic sweaters, which is just that print around the neck. Ski sweater. So, and I think I told you that was definitely half price at $3.25. I don't pick up Eddie Bauer a lot, but it has to, the style has to attract me for me to pick it up, because the brand is when it comes to reselling, unless it's something, you know, fashionable. Next item was this Donegal Traditions Maiden Island 100% pure wool. And I don't see a size there. I doubt it's down here. They usually do it all at the same place. So I don't see a size tag on it. I'll just have to measure it out. I'm going to say it's probably a large to an extra large. But it's a pullover. And I would say Not that these can't be worn by both, but I'll probably list it under men's because it just reminds me more of a men's sweater. Definitely one that they could wear. But I think Irish sweaters are, for the most part, unisex. Next item is this Coldwater Creek size 12. I know I have a lot of winter things here, but I just found these things that I liked. And again, that's why I got them. This needs a little cleaning up because it has a little pilling under the arms, but I couldn't pass up that Aztec print. Just very nice colors, nice print, nice Western style jacket. I figured somebody definitely wanted this. I actually will probably get a little more just because of the print. I mean, Coldwater Creek's like a bread and butter for me. It sells, but it doesn't sell for a lot. I'm thinking probably 30 to 35 at the most. I'll probably try it at 35 and see what happens, since I'm not even in the season now. So I guess someone could wear it in the mountains, and it'd still be cool for the spring. So, and that was a size 12, if I didn't say. Next item was this extra large Banana Republic flannel jacket. Again, I seem to have all heavy stuff. It's just what I found that I liked or didn't want to pass up. And this I picked up. This is still tacked in the back. It does have a flap, but it's still tacked, so I'll leave it that way. This is a Banana Republic flannel plaid. And it's kind of a blue and a light blue. So it's almost like a blue-gray. Well, I don't know if I should say blue-gray. It's a blue and a light blue. I'll turn the plaid around in a minute. And this was half price, too, when I bought it. So it was only $3.25, because I kept not wanting to get it because it was out of season, but I just couldn't pass it up for the price either. So I picked it up. Next item. I didn't look this up, but I was like, if this is a military jacket. It's Top Gun, New York, New York, or it certainly looks still like a military jacket. Property of the U.S. government, U.S. Air Force. And it does have I mean, I've sold leather jackets for the military, and I believe this is one of them. Certificate appointment, True American Heroes. Don't forget the Top Gun Airmen. Top Gun Champs 96. And it's got all these great patches on it. You got the eagle there. You got I think that's a bear there. A cat here. And don't miss with the best Top Gun Champs on the back. So this was just overall just a pretty cool jacket. And again, I think it is a actual military jacket. I mean, I've definitely seen the leather ones have that type of label on them in the inside information, you know, the big inside thing. So pretty cool. I don't know what I'll get for that because I still haven't looked it up, but I paid the I think it was still the $6.49. But I can't guarantee. Maybe the most it would have been 1049. I don't know. Sorry. I'm so far behind now. I just can't keep track of everything I've got. I've got to work through it all. And what I've paid for it. I'm losing track. This is a black diamond, size large, fleece vest. And it's got the moose and trees on it. That's a pattern that goes all around. And yeah, it's just fleece. It's a pretty decent soft fleece. It's not a cheesy feeling. It's a soft fleece with 2 pockets on the sides. And what I'll get for that? I'm going to try for I'll probably throw it up at 29. That's what I threw up the fleece jackets at. And we'll see. The next item is a Ink International Concepts size medium linen jacket. This is another brand I don't get as much anymore because I just don't. But 100% linen. It's cute. It's got the ruffly bottom, 2 little zip pockets here, one in there. All the buttons are here, military style. And, you know, and it's like an army green. So everything about it I kind of liked as far as for reasons to pick this up. So, and this would have been also $6.49. And I'm thinking probably about 35 for that. And I don't know. I have a feeling I showed this last time. I'm not sure though, so I'm going to show it again. If I did, I did. I'm not sure why it would still be here. Other than maybe I washed it and it didn't come out. It needs a wash for sure. I can see on that sleeve. But even so, if it didn't come out, I would still probably try to sell it and say that it's there, only because it's a Eddie Bauer 650 light packable down. So I'm thinking maybe I haven't shown this. Size medium. Blue. This is a navy blue. And I'll have to measure that out. But there is a little spot on the back of the sleeve. I don't know if you can see that. The EA 650. EB 650 maybe. And that's everything I've got for right now. I will stick around. I am going to show you right now what sold last week. So hang in there. Hi there, it's me again. I'm here to do the what sold last week now, part of portion of the video. So let's get on with it. The first thing selling on eBay is this Talbot's pullover sweater. It was a kind of a army green, 100% linen sweater. And it sold for $21.25. The next item to sell was this vintage Vocat, I don't know, a carved lion crest, coat of arms crest type item, and this sold for $35. The next item to sell was this vintage 70s multicolor. Let me put these glasses on. That's why I'm having a hard time. Need these reading glasses. This vintage 70s Mallard's Point multicolor striped sweater for kids, size medium. The next item to sell was this vintage 1970s Burwood shelf, and it's an ornate gold shelf. This I recently picked up. This was, I think, maybe in one of the last two hauls. And this I picked up a whole lot of um, Sirocco and somebody's whole collection of Sirocco and Burwood that happened to be at the local Goodwill that usually doesn't have any kind of hard goods in it. And so I bought it all. And that was, I think, the first thing that sold, and it sold for $17. I don't know if I sent that out or they sent me an offer and I accepted it. Just to move one of them along, move the first couple along to pay for what I paid for all of them. That didn't cover it, but it's a start. I only paid $2.99 for that piece. The next item was this Talbot's women's blazer. It was a Talbot's Petite cobalt blue jacket, and this sold for $30. The next item to sell on eBay was this Daryl K189 black jacket, and this I took an offer of $19 for. I was happy to get rid of that. I did not have much of an interest in that. I feel like I've had it for a long time. Like it's been up, it's been taken down, and then it's been put back up. So I was happy to get the $19, get my money back, make a few dollars, and put it towards something that is easier to sell. I'm not in the business, trying not to be in the business of storing things forever. Though sometimes I am. The next item is this L women's black polka dot jacket, and this I have sold recently to someone else, and they returned it. They did not, it didn't fit them or they didn't like it, so somebody sent me an offer for $17, um, down in Florida in the Villages, and I said yes. I just want it gone. It was a cute polka dot jacket, but L is not like a top brand, so I just wanted to move it along. The next item to sell was this Anthropologie tiny dolman long sleeve, and this had embroidery. It was an extra small, and I've had it for a long time. It's on a it's on a mannequin, so I've had this definitely since I've been in Boston, which was a couple of years ago now that I moved. And this sold somebody sent me an offer at $12. I didn't even bother to counter them. I just said yes. Because again, this has been since Boston. I'm not too sure dolman sleeves are really in, especially on a small size, so I was ready to move it along. Get my money back and buy something else. The next item, and the last item to sell this week, last week, I mean, was this Billabong, last one to sell on eBay last week. It was this Billabong statement sweatshirt, and this was in gray and just had the riding across it at your side no matter the tide. It was a pullover, size medium, and that sold for $21.25. And the cost to me on that one was $3.25. Now over to Poshmark. And the first thing that sold over there was this Burns flame resistant crew neck pocket long sleeve tee. And that sold for $18. Somebody sent me an offer for 18 and I said, okay. Paid $5 for that. I bought a lot of, like, maybe 4 or 5 pieces of Burn flame-resistant jeans and shirts last summer at a yard sale. And I've sold a couple. I think I might still have more, I'm not sure. But anyway, this one I accepted the $18 offer and moved it along. Next item to sell was this vintage gold Hollywood Regency style plastic mirror, plastic frame mirror, and this sold for $30. The next item to sell on Poshmark was this vintage Gildan heavy blend black wolf print crew neck sweatshirt, and this sold for $29. The next thing to sell was this Cryptomeria wood perched yellow-eyed owls wall hanging, and that sold for $35. And the last thing on Poshmark was this vintage Oscar de la Renta yellow floral robe. And this I have had for a while, a long time. I think this was from Boston too, but I think I had a price too high. I recently put the price down to 45. Somebody sent me an offer for 38. I said yes and moved it along. So the cost to me on that, um, I'm thinking in Boston was probably $6.99. The next item was this hand-carved foldable wood cookbook Bible stand, and this sold for $26 on Poshmark. Cost to me on it was $1.99. Now over to Etsy, and the first thing that sold on Etsy last week was this vintage dragon floral ceramic oil and vinegar cruet from Hand Painted. And I believe that's probably Italy. I don't know if I have it. I believe it's probably Italy or Portugal. $34.20. No, that's not what I paid for it. That's not what they paid for it, I mean. And what it cost them was $25. Cost to me on it was $3.99. The next item to sell over on Etsy was this vintage 60s pixie on a leaf shoe planter, and this sold for $35. Oh, sorry, $29. And that sold pretty quickly. I think I just relisted that. I don't know if I bought that at the antique mall or I had it in my booth at the antique mall. I don't remember. But I just got it listed I think I took it out of my booth at the antique mall and brought it back home and listed it, and it sold fairly quickly. The next item to sell on Etsy. So Etsy wasn't bad. I sold 4 things, which is pretty decent for there, um, at this time of year. And I sold this, Aloha Wood Island pair of wall hangings, and they sold for $39. So that was a pretty good sale. I think I probably paid $4.99 tops. And the last thing to sell on Etsy was this. Sorry, I hit the wrong thing. The last thing to sell was this vintage medium brass full scuttle bucket with the Delft porcelain handles and the lion hinges. And this sold for $45. And this was a repeat buyer. So thank you, Jessica. I really appreciate it. I believe it's Jessica. I really appreciate the business. And with that, that's everything that sold last week. And if you wouldn't mind giving a like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you all next time. Oh, I think, one more second. I think that I will have another haul video coming up shortly. And say in the next day or two, I will get another one done. And that is everything. So if you wouldn't mind giving me a like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. And I will see you next time. Bye. Yep.